So many of us say we want to go and change the world, we want to make an impact. But the idea that I'm getting at here, to open your eyes and look at what's in front of you. Hello, my name is Sohile Ali, and this is my story about what I learned and gained from being a camp counselor. This was my second summer being a camp counselor for the School of Informatics, Computing, and Engineering summer camp for middle and high school students. I'm about to enter my junior year as an engineering major. When I was a freshman in high school, I actually attended this camp. Doing that camp, meeting my camp counselors was an experience that I knew I wanted to do for kids. This camp experience, one of the best experiences of my life. When I say that I was always with the kids, either watching them, interacting with them, seeing what they're doing, I mean it. Unless I was in the bathroom, I was always seeing what a kid was doing, because the one thing I didn't want to see happen was a kid be left alone, away from the rest of the group, and not have anybody to talk to. Every single time I hear a friend or a family member talk about being a camp counselor, it's always the complaining. It's always like, oh man, we had to wake them up at 7 a.m. Then we had to get them to breakfast. These kids wouldn't listen. Terrible kids, man, they were causing trouble for them. It's not about you. Sure, there's Q&A time. Sure, they're gonna ask you questions. They wanna know what your life has been like as a student on campus. Back to the joy that I got from being the camp counselor. Every single time the kids were brought back into the auditorium for a new lecture, I would go straight to my team. Team Blue, shout out Team Blue. I would go up to them, I would say, guys and girls, I want to see nothing but participation. If I hear them ask a comment or a question, I want to see 2-3 blue hands up in the air right now. Because I knew that if nobody said that to them, nothing would happen. Because at the end of the day, it was the kids' parents that paid for them to attend this camp for one whole week on this college campus. And what do you think the parents wanted out of it? Any parents watching right now, I guarantee they're saying, I wanted them to get the most out of it. And to get the most out of something, you have to interact with it, you have to participate with it. They were lecturing to these kids and putting them to sleep. When I tell you one kid from every single row was asleep, it was so frustrating to see. If everybody could understand that it's not about them, those lecturing have to understand it's not about you. It's about the students, it's about the kids. If you're not making the material translated for them to understand it, you're a bad lecturer, you're a bad professor. What I would do is I would just walk around the auditorium, make sure the kids were awake, make sure they were engaging. By the last session, every single question, most of the questions were from my team, and I couldn't have been more proud of these kids. Last year, I felt this way. This year, I feel it even stronger. Last year, after I had to say goodbye to all my campers, I had a really tough time. When I got back home and I sat down, I really didn't know what to do. There was nobody to be responsible for anymore. And I really wish that I documented what I was thinking like this 1 year ago, but I'm doing it now. So many of us say we want to go and change the world. We want to make an impact. We want to make the world a better place. But the idea that I'm getting at here, to open your eyes and look at what's in front of you, whether it's education, businesses, local practices, family members, friends, start small. I would 100,000,000% suggest becoming a camp counselor at your local school, YMCA, even university. If you just want to look back to an experience or a time in your life where a switch flipped, where something happened, something sparked, something was lit inside of you that you wanted to follow and do for the rest of your life, think back to that experience and who made it happen. I guarantee you it was somebody close to you. I have been blessed and fortunate enough to have met and impacted the lives of so many kids, and saying goodbye to them and seeing them with their parents, sending them off, you feel damn proud. And it started right here, 7 minutes from my house. Every single time I was listening to a camper or hearing them talk to each other, let them finish what they were saying, let them finish their thought. Because if a kid doesn't think they're being heard, but when it's a kid who's finally opening up to you for the first time, it's amazing. I really hope that every single person can have an experience like I had, because that feeling, that joy, that the happiness you get, that you just want to push forward and share to other people, and in every single work that you do, the optimism, the light in your eyes that you gain from doing work like this, that is what's going to change the world. Not one person, one experience. one experience at a time. Thank you to whoever finished this video. I appreciate it. My name is Sohile Ali. Thanks for listening to my story.